Hello students. Today we will discuss information system in supply chain management. Information system in supply chain management. First of all, introduction. Information flow in any supply chain coordinates the physical flow and the interdependencies amongst the organization involved in the supply chain activities. For example, to better serve its customer, a retail chain will not only need to know स्टोर इन्वेंट्री, ठीक है ना। रिटेल चेन की जब बात करी जाती है तो सिर्फ स्टोर इन्वेंट्री की बात करना ही काफ़ी नहीं है, बट विल ऑल्सो नीड इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेटिंग टू कस्टमर डिमांड, सप्लाई लीड टाइम एंड एसोसिएटेड वेरिएबिलिटी. Okay. A supply chain network consists of many players, right from the customer to any vendor who directly or indirectly contributes in fulfilling the customer's demand. For effective supply chain, a sophisticated information base which addresses the interface between the supply chain activities requires to be useful to managers. Information needs to be communicated in the language of the intended recipient. किसमें? Language of intended recipient to facilitate accurate perception of the information communicated. Application of information technology highlights the importance of 3S in achieving seamless integration among the supply chain. Accuracy of information in decision making. Accuracy of information is very vital. One must ideally have absolute information for tracking, consolidating, and माइनिंग डेटा फ्रॉम हिस्टोरिकल ट्रांजैक्शंस, यानी कि जो पिछले ट्रांजैक्शंस हैं ना उनके आधार पर उनको ट्रैक करना है, कंसोलिडेट करना है, देन एब्सोल्यूट इंफॉर्मेशन जो है वो हमने यूज़ करनी है. ओके, दैट इज़ एक्यूरेट इंफॉर्मेशन. सेकेंड वन इज accessibility of information. A second important characteristics is accessibility of information, which should be timely and should flow upwards in the hierarchy of decision making. Next one is appropriateness of information. It is this relates to structuring and defining the hierarchy of information, यानी appropriateness. एक होता है accurate, एक होता है appropriate. Then supply chain manager use this information to make many important decision. ठीक है ना. किससे related? Key building blocks of supply chain. Inventory, transportation, facility. He needs to know more about information systems, technologies, and the management to take effective decision. Information technology in supply chain management. The advances in information technology since the 1990s have enabled companies to use senders to their final destination. Now we will discuss Characteristics of good IT system in supply chain. Information technology system. तो कैसा होना चाहिए हमारा सप्लाई चेन सिस्टम इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी सिस्टम. First one is accurate. Must be accurate and to the point. There are very little margins available in the scheduling of vehicles as per the route plan. A minute inaccuracy in the information system can lead to huge losses. Hence, the overall process starting from the data collection to data storage. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो हमें डेटा कलेक्ट करना होता है ना. अब डेटा कलेक्शन के बाद डेटा स्टोर करना बहुत मैटर करता है एंड अपडेट करना. ठीक है, वही वाला डेटा हम यूज़ नहीं कर किए जाते हैं. आपको अभी टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग डेटा कलेक्ट करना है. ठीक है ना, उसको बेस के तरह यूज़ करना है, डेटा स्टोर करना है और फिर उसमें अपडेशंस करते रहना है. टू द डेटा एनालिसिस मस्ट बी डन वेरी केयरफुली, लिविंग नो रूम फॉर इनएक्यूरेसीज. ओके, तो मस्ट बी एक्यूरेट. सेकेंड वन इज टाइमली. when established in the organization is very important. ये हम इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम की बात कर रहे हैं. Very important to be updated timely. All the relevant authorities get used to referring the system for their decision making. If this information is delayed at any point of time, it can prove costly for the organization. ठीक है ना, कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगी जितना डिले किया जाएगा. तो शुड बी टाइमली. At times when it was not being so prevalent, the whole system used to rely on manual information. ठीक है ना, मैनुअल इंफॉर्मेशन पर रिलाई करने लग जाता है पूरा सिस्टम. रिसीविंग एंड एनालाइजिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन मैनुअली यूज टू टेक इट्स ऑन टाइम पीरियड. बट सिंस द एडवेंट ऑफ IT, the decision makers are used to getting second to second information and no compromise in this can be tolerated because it create havocs. अब ये characteristics हैं, देखें. ठीक है ना, एक्यूरेट, रेलेवेंट, टाइमली होना चाहिए. इन फुल हम कह रहे हैं कि होली सारी चीज़ें. देन इन फुल initial stages of the business, it faces the problems of incomplete information. This is because the data collection and data analyzing team is not aware of what all is required for decision making. They collect data on the basis of preset norms or on the basis of guidelines given by the seniors. But during the course of working, the complete data parameters are identified and a comprehensive list is made. After this stage, the complete information must be supplied to the decision making party points so that they can make high quality rational decisions. Presenting incomplete information is very dangerous than having no information at all. ठीक है ना, इनकम्प्लीट जानकारी देना बहुत ज़्यादा डेंजरस है कोई जानकारी ना देने से. तो कोई जानकारी ना देना ही ठीक है. अगर आप अधूरी जानकारी देंगे तो, because incomplete information can lead the decision maker towards making wrong decisions which can create losses. Then relevant. It is relevant. It is not only important to provide timely, complete and accurate information to all the decision points, but it must be relevant to everyone in the organization. Can't be loaded with the whole set of information. It must be identified that what type of information is required at each of the decision point. Accordingly, the information be sorted out and sent. This needs the customization of the information software on basis of decision making points. Then must be relevant. नेक्स्ट हम बात करेंगे नीड की नीड और इम्पोर्टेंस of IT system in supply chain management. Then these are the points. Have a look. The first one is maximizing value. Maximization of the value generated from the product. With the use of IT in supply chain, the organization can keep a very close watch on the products. The slow moving and fast moving products can be easily identified from the database of supply chain, where the products are automatically reduced once they are dispatched or sold. Thus, the company can minimize the production of those slow moving products and save huge amount blocked in inventory. The database helps to identify those products which are near to their expiry date. If those products are not sold immediately, they may become scrap. ठीक है ना, जो बहुत पुराने हो चुके हैं, एक्सपायर हो चुके हैं प्रोडक्ट्स, अगर या एक्सपायर होने वाले हैं, तो उनको जल्दी बेच देना उचित रहेगा. अगर ऐसा नहीं किया जाता तो वो स्क्रैप बन जाते हैं आफ्टर एक्सपायरी, है ना. Hence, the company can offer sale or call them back to manufacturing plant for reformation so that maximum value can be extracted out of them. Then second one is minimization of bottlenecks. The supply chain for a company starts at the procurement of the raw material and goes on till the product is made available at the point where the customer has access. In the absence of IT in supply chain, the planning, timing, and routing of the vehicles was a difficult task, and various bottlenecks could lead to delayed deliveries and increase in the cost. Then next one is making accurate sales forecast. The effective IT used in supply chain helps the company to regularly watch sales trends and accordingly make very close to accurate sales forecasts. This helps them to procure only the sufficient inventory. है ना, जब फोकास्ट यानी कि अंदाज़ा अनुमान सही से लगा लिया जाता है तो हम उचित मात्रा में इन्वेंट्री यानी कि स्टॉक को प्रोक्योर करते हैं, प्राप्त करते हैं. द सेविंग फ्रॉम ब्लॉकिंग मनी अननेसेसरीली. ठीक है ना, तो सामान भी हमारा उचित मात्रा में आता है और जो मनी है वो भी ब्लॉक नहीं होती. द इन्वेंट्री मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ऑल्सो मेक्स recommendations on likely products order to be made. Next one is reducing the lead time. लीड टाइम कौन सा, जो कि जहाँ से डिलीवर हो रहा है सामान, जहाँ पहुँचाना है मीन्स डेस्टिनेशन, तो जितना बीच में समय लगता है वो होता है लीड टाइम। ठीक है ना। लीड टाइम इज द टाइम टू प्लेस order and to receive the material. This lead time can be both from supplier side and from customer side. With the use of information technology, the orders can be placed by the customer salesman online immediately, and the company receives the processed order within very short period of time. The processing of the goods starts immediately. The same goods are delivered to the customer in lesser time period. Next one is immediate decision making. Information technology helps to make available the vital information to the supply chain managers within very little time period. This helps them to take the decisions in any situation very easily and in the least time period. Okay. Then fastening the receiving process. As soon as the goods are dispatched from the company, the invoice and the delivery documents are sent in the soft time. Sent in the soft form to the customer. The goods thus become the inventory of the customer. Similarly, the payments process can be started immediately and the recovery becomes much faster. Then route planning. The use of information technology plays a crucial role in planning the delivery routes which takes minimum time. किस तरह कौन से रूट्स हम सेलेक्ट करते हैं जिस पे मिनिमम टाइम लगेगा एंड कैन बी मैनेज्ड विद लीस्ट कॉस्ट, और कम कॉस्ट होगी, कम लागत होगी. द यूज़ ऑफ वेरियस मॉडल्स सच एज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मॉडल्स online can make this route planning very easier. Then minimizing the delivery costs. As the ordering process is also online, the software manages the delivery dates and also suggests which orders can be sent together in one vehicle on the same day, so as to minimize the delivery costs. Next one is increasing efficiency and effectiveness. Supply chain is one such department which has to coordinate with various other departments on constant basis. This department always gets the last minute information and sometimes the instructions are changed. है ना, कई बार ऐसा भी हो जाता है ना कि अभी लास्ट मिनट इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रही है और इंस्ट्रक्शंस चेंज हो जाते हैं when the vehicle is dispatched. This keeps this department always on their toes. The use of information technology is very beneficial for this department as this helps to schedule the vehicles and make timely and correct deliveries. The use of IT makes the functioning of this department much more effective and efficient. Scheduling the manufacturing of orders. The use of information technology helps the company to schedule different batches. This is done on the basis of various parameters such as availability of the raw material, possible date of arrival of the raw material, the committed delivery dates, urgency of the orders, and so on. All this data is already fed in the system at the time of order booking or in subsequent stages. Next one is enhancement of the relations with the customers. Customers are always concerned that they get the material in the right quantities at the right time after they place the order. In the absence of the information technology, the supply chain department was not able to know the exact position of the vehicle. The change in orders was not communicated on the time to supply chain department and so on. This leads to the fact that the customers were not informed well in advance about the changes, which leads to dissatisfied customers. The introduction of IT in supply chain helps avoid such problems and leads to better relations with customers. Then handling the competition. More and more businesses are going online. The companies are using this information technology to gain competitive advantage. In this market situation, it becomes necessary for all the companies to include IT in their supply chain function. Otherwise, the competitors will completely take over the customer base by creating satisfied customers. Next one is smooth audits. The information technology help systems helps the warehouse staff to manage the records online. ठीक है ना, ऑडिट में आ जाता है. Whenever any order is dispatched, the same is reduced from the inventory levels by RFID, barcode scanning. Okay. When the companies conduct the audits to check if the actual inventory matches with the inventory in records, it helps in these like easy assessment as inventory calculations on the paper is not there. Then the chances of manual error are reduced due to online automatic scanning. तो स्मूथ ऑडिट्स में हेल्पफुल है. तो दिस इज द नीड ऑफ IT सिस्टम in supply chain management. Okay, this is it. Thank you.